All right, guys, what's up? How we doing? It's Chase. It's the Sherpa. It's Chase at Ever Bullish, the stock market guru here to help you to get to the top of the mountain, waking up early on a Monday morning. Today is going to be a great day. I hope that you realize that. A couple of things happened overnight I want to tell you about. I'm going to tell you about what I'm trading, what to stay away from, and then the easiest short of all time. So here we are. What do we do? By the way, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Top of the morning. It's about 6:30 here in Central Texas, and we are starting our trading early. Obviously, the market's not open. Y'all know I wake up at 2 and 4 in the morning and watch commodity prices, and because of that, I've got something I want to tell you about. So, do us a favor, do what you always do. We're gonna bust open that everbullish.com here. So we're gonna go to share screen. We're gonna go to Chrome tab. We're gonna go to Everbullish. And we got it pulled up. What are we, guys? We're ever bullish. Check out the performance numbers of my portfolios on the right side. Go buy one. Do yourself a favor. But we're going to click on the hamburger over here. And we're going to click on investing articles. And we're going to look at the Monday game plan. Remember, these come out every Monday. I've got another Sherpa's lesson come out, and those have been taken off great. So hopefully y'all are appreciating those. By the way, tell me if you want me to do anything else here. But what do we have? We got a picture of Facebook with a big X over it. I made that because I couldn't find one. We got the banks down here. We got Bitcoin over here. We got lithium. Then I've got another thing I want to talk about too. But getting straight to it, I've got a good Monday game plan for you here today. We're going to start with the headlines as usual. We got the whistleblower on the right. We had Zuckerberg on there. This is it, yeah. So we've got all kinds of mess going on the cover of the Wall Street Journal. Remember, I don't listen to the Wall Street Journal, but I look at it to see what other people are doing, what the dumb money is doing. So this brings me something I want to point off right off the bat. Social media. I wrote an article back on May 27th of this year about how I was out. I didn't want to have any portfolio holdings in the Ever Bullish One portfolio or anything I traded to be attached to social media. That's why if you bought it, you would know the only holding that has any attachment whatsoever to social media was Google, and Google gives me the traction to YouTube, and YouTube has taken off, and we made money in that position, and we got out, right? But what we didn't do is we didn't own Snap, we didn't own Twitter, we didn't own Facebook, we didn't own Pinterest. Everything's a social media platform now, including this. This is becoming a social media platform. It's just too easy, and there's too much politicization. Politicization. There's my Texas accent coming out on you. I don't know. There's too much politicizing it. So if you want to read that article, why I don't trade them, and then just remember, this is why you are better than the portfolio managers out there. They're handcuffed. They look at the S&P 500. They see Facebook as the sixth largest holding, and what do? They go, oh, we got to track that a little bit, or else the cart is going to get ahead of the horses here. So you never want to do that. You never want to follow what the big money is doing. Only because, and I should say the big money managers are doing, is because their entire livelihood in their house in the Hamptons and all the other bullshit is tied to how they perform versus the index. So of course they buy pieces of the index. I don't. I'm a mid cap, small cap overweight. I was an oil overweight this year. I want you to learn how to think like I am on this, because this is what's going to help you the most. I use the word cross pollinate your positions. That's what these guys do. So these high horse MFs, they just manage the portfolio so as not to lose, not to win. I don't do that. You don't do that. If you want to read that article and check me on my statement there, you can click right here and I link to it. And remember, I do all of these for you guys for free. Okay, what's going on? Here's another headline. Big banks kick off Q3 earnings season. CPI is coming up. What to know this week? All this. I just screenshotted the cover of Yahoo Finance just to show we got gas prices hitting a 7-year high. I think that's a tremendous thing. As the dollar increases in value versus other currencies, that's also going to be something that needs to be taken a look at seriously. And that's a bit of what I'm going to tell you here in a second. Remember, I wrote this last night, and I'm coming at you in the morning before the market to help you out here. So my edit call, man, I took this one on the chin. I called edit about 4 or 5 days too early. So let my loss be your gain. Here are my actual transactions here. You can see me selling out of CPE to buy more edit on the down. You can see me selling out of, buying into more LabU. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I was just too early. I have no fear on this position. But let my loss, look at, and by the way, I put up the chart here for the technicals. I'm giving away a lot of secret sauce here. So go buy me a cup of coffee. That reminds me, I'm losing steam, baby. Sherpa, baby. All right, we have what, 7 down days, and we had an up day, and then we had 2 more down days. Please note that my loss can be your gain on these. I came too early. If you didn't buy this, you still have time. Get in on this. I've been trading this stock for over 10 years. This usually trades with a base of 4 or 5 days and then a big spike. This sector is a micro sector. So we've got the biotech healthcare. Biotech is a subsector of healthcare. Then we have gene editing, which is a subsector of bioedit, or I'm sorry, of biotech, right? Well, Edit is the best company in the gene editing space, in my opinion. It's very similar to CRISPR. They do a lot of work on blindness right now. And basically, what happens is it's because it's a subsector, it seems like the herd steers away from certain sectors, and then when the market goes to shit, they buy back into the areas that are depressed. And right now, this is a depressed area of the market. That's why I like it so much. Also, straight up, gene editing has doubled in 1 year in 3 consecutive years. So right now, that's my hypothesis. Go follow it. If you're holding it, keep it. You also can feel free to double down. Staunch, baby. Those are the same convictions I want you trading with. So other than Edit, what do I like this week? Remember, we put that good, so nice I had to put it on here twice. Big banks are kicking off this week. Q3 earnings season. I've got a hypothesis I want to share with you guys. The hypothesis is this. The hypothesis is, and this is what happens. So it's actually a bit scientific as well. So straight up, when earnings keep getting good, when we have massive earnings, when we have a growing economy, when we have free money, when we have helicopter money, when we got Jay Powell basically just pumping steroids into the Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa that is the market. Remember that the balance sheets are going to get inflated. So I'm going to use an F word here. The F word that I'm going to use, and I hate fundamentals, but we're going to have some fun with fundamentals today. And just remember that when you're picking a stock and we've had this much good returns in the market, that there's going to be a lot of inflated analyst opinions out there. So earnings are going to be harder to beat. I don't really care about earnings beats, especially at this time of year. What I care about the most is I want to see revenue growth and I want to see GARP. GARP is growth at a reasonable price, as you probably know. You can also look at revenue per share, not earnings per share. Earnings don't matter when the market is this high, in my opinion. So just trust that and know that that's going to be the hypothesis going into next year and the ever bullish 2022 portfolios. So the hypothesis this week, it only took me 12 minutes to get to it, right? Hypothesis straight up. I think we're going to see higher volatility in energy. I wrote this last night, but I have an update. I actually want this to go down. I want you to place limits under your oil E&P stock positions. Well, I do want that, but it ain't going to get triggered because what happened overnight? So I was hoping ERX would take a dip so I could jump back in. Y'all know that I got out a little early on that, but I kept you guys in. The ever bullish one portfolio is in there. The dividend portfolio is in there too. But I'm just going to pull up my Stockmaster app. I didn't even think about this. I plan on doing this, but check this out. I hope you can see that. Crude oil is at $82 a barrel. Do you remember when it hit 53? You remember when it hit 62 like 5 weeks ago? Fuck, insane, right? Well, I did an article about this last week, but the trend is your friend, and trends last longer than you think. There's a lot of shit we can do out there to make this a harder or an easier trade. What we're going to do is we're going to make this an easier trade. The easiest trade of the week. This is me coming to you early in the morning from making this last night. Things changed. I wake up at 2 and 4 in the morning and check these, and I've seen the correlations just straight up. If you want to make money this week, even at the open, you can buy CPE, you can buy FANG, you can buy ERX. You can buy oil and gas stocks. I love Chevron right now too. So you're welcome on that one. What's next? Watch what happens, by the way. We could probably see a 10% in this ERX today. Actually, I'm going to tell you, bold move here. Name another portfolio manager in the world that's telling you to buy a triple leverage security with the certainty that you'll get 10% on it. Go buy one of my portfolios. There's also opportunity in the banks. Remember FAS, the 3-time directional leverage on the bull on the banks. I think this is a win again because banks always win with accommodation, but they also always win with tightening. Why is that? Well, that's because their profit margins are leveraged, right? Live, laugh, leverage, ever bullish. The prospect of tightening helps them. The prospect of accommodative money helps them. They're borrowing at nothing already. They're selling you credit cards back to you at 25.5% or 31%. So I'm bullish on that. The chart doesn't look great. So if you want to just skip that, buy ERX and then flip it, you can do that. Riot is in serious stone cold lead pipe lock territory. Bitcoin's up at 56 right now. These are free money for you guys. God knows when they're going to stop, but until they stop, we're not going to stop trading them. And then, as always, Ethereum, Bitcoin, GBCH, the Bitcoin Cash. I think it's actually BC. It's actually, that's wrong. I'm going to have to change that. Sorry, write this down. BCHG is the Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin itself, GBTC, if you want to use grayscale, and then ETHE because I only use grayscale. Oh, and I almost forgot. The EV revolution is upon us, right? Y'all know I'm an EV bull, right? Well, as this is taking off, as all the projections are coming out about electric vehicles, as all the projections are coming out about battery technology, I'm going to stop and science you up for a minute. And remember, I'm just a bozo that has the internet. But what I've learned through being a bozo that has the internet and also being an expert trader for over 15 years, close to 15 years, is that a little science never hurts. And the science is this. We've got lithium ion batteries, right? Lithium ion batteries are great. Lithium ion battery technology has improved vastly, and the returns of the stocks that do lithium ion batteries have not returned as quickly. All right, that gives me an edge. All right, what else? Well, China sucks right now. China literally has a law that proves that if you are committing fraud, as long as it's not against another Chinese resident and it is against the foreign agency, i.e., the Chinese government or Chinese companies versus domestic companies in the US, it is not illegal to be fraudulent. It's actually encouraged. You can be celebrated for this. So we want to get away from China. We all know that they're invading Taiwan any day now. Um, their president Xi Jinping or whatever his name is does not do things that he says he's not going to do. So he says he's going to invade Taiwan. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to cause a big ripple effect in the markets, and it's going to put a higher emphasis on domestic companies, all with the raising dollar, which hurts exports. All of these things are going on. LAC is a lithium ion company. I'm sorry, it's actually a lithium hydroxide company. So I'm going to get back to that. But it's called Lithium Americas Corporation. They're the ones that we're going to have to buy the lithium hydroxide for electric vehicle and battery and all the battery technology that's really kind of taking off exponentially right now. So simple enough. Buy the axes and shovels. Buy the lithium ion, the lithium hydroxide. Buy all of these companies and buy the ones that are in the U.S. The EV revolution is upon us. This stock is the leading number one ever bullish one all stock portfolio for 2022. This is going to be probably, I'm not certain yet, so you're going to have to buy it, but I'm pretty close to agreeing that this might be the number one holding of the portfolio. But remember, you got to be like Watha, like Bruce Lee said, right? So we're going to figure this out. And that chart looks sexy. If you look at the MACD over here on the downside versus the decent sell-off, but not huge. This MACD convergence is going to help us. Divergence, I should say. And also RSI under 50, right? Only major 10 producer of lithium hydroxide in the West. It's not tied to China and their bullshit accounting numbers. Free money, you're welcome. You're welcome. Chase, baby, ever bullish, baby, the Sherpa, baby. Early in the morning, coming to you, trying to get you those returns, baby. And remember that you can always go to my website. You can buy the portfolios. The ever bullish movement is taking off like absolute wildfire. It's taking off like EV. It's taking off like the oil stocks. And your returns are too. So feel free to follow me to the top of the mountain. Please pay it forward with a cup of coffee on my website. I love this shit. Y'all know that. And we do this together. We climb the mountain together. I'm the nameless, faceless Sherpa that gets you to the top of Everest, taking rich white dudes to the top of the mountain, and everybody's welcome. So here we are. What's the best option trade of the week, right? Huh? The best option trade of the week is this is the first time at everbullish.com that it's a bearish call, and it's a bearish call easy enough. I want you to buy the Facebook, big shocker there, right? Buy the Facebook just outside the money, 335 November, 19 calls for 20 bucks. Boom. I'm sorry, I said calls. So used to saying calls. Let me repeat this. You can short Facebook however you want. You can sell it short, or you can take a bearish option. I prefer to take a bearish option. So a bearish option on Facebook any way you want. I prefer the just outside the money, November 19 puts at a strike of 335 for 20 bucks. All right, guys. Hope everybody has a great day. Go trade your ass off. Go knock that door down. And let's get rich. AFG, LFG, LGR.